Hey, I'm Jenny. Welcome to a meditation for when you're feeling angry. If you are not feeling angry at this time, it is still good to practice this meditation. It'll help give you some tools for the next time you feel anger rising. If you are here and angry, I commend you for doing the work. As usual, I like to keep my introduction short, so after the meditation, stick around to know the why behind the video. But for now, find a comfortable place for you to be and a quiet place as well, and we'll get started. I would like to begin by letting you know there may be some moments of silence in this video for you to go inward. Don't panic, the internet didn't crash. Just hang in there and you should be able to hear the ticking of my grandfather clock to let you know that I'm still with you. Okay, so hopefully you have a comfortable position. You can be laying down, you can be seated, you can be standing. I know that when anger courses through our body, it's really hard to sit or lay down because at that point we are ready to fight. So standing with your feet flat on the ground, with your shoulders back, may be the best thing for you to actually do at this time. So have your position. We're going to take a moment to take a deep breath through our belly, so a balloon breath. So put our hands on our belly, and if we imagine our belly being a balloon, expanding and then contracting, and then we'll close our eyes and we'll begin. So let's put our hands on our belly and take a deep, slow breath. And let it out slowly. And close your eyes if you can. If for whatever reason that doesn't feel safe, feel free to kind of half close the eyes and maybe stare in one spot on the floor, on the wall, or around you to kind of keep your body centered. I'm going to ask you to take another couple deep breaths on your own, filling your belly with air and slowly letting it out. Now, the first thing I want you to do, and it may be difficult, but we're going to work on it, it's a practice, is I want you to try to get out of your mind, because whatever has caused you to feel angry might be on a loop in your mind. You know, maybe someone did something or said something or something happened. And so your mind most likely is racing or on a loop, reliving whatever just happened and building things up. So first of all, recognize that. So let's take a moment of quiet. I'll let you just simply observe your thoughts. So try not to be your thoughts. Try not to, you know, if your thoughts are, I'm angry, try not to be that. I feel angry. I'm thinking I'm angry. However you want to do that, try to take a step back. So first thing is to simply observe the thoughts, no judgment. So I'm going to give you a moment to see what's running through your mind at the moment. Don't forget to breathe while you're observing your thoughts. The mind really likes to create stories when we are feeling emotions. So see if you can sift through those thoughts and see what the story is that's being created. Or maybe it's a story that comes up a lot for you. It's a familiar story. So let's see if you can find that story. And don't forget to breathe. I'm still here with you. Give yourself time to recognize the story. There may be more than one story. No judgment, just seeing what the story is that's running through your mind. And if you can't find a story and it's just maybe seemingly disconnected thoughts or images, could be whatever just happened to cause the anger to rise up, could be replaying in your mind. So you can observe that as well. And it may be observe the thoughts associated with that. But whatever is happening in your mind right now, we're just observing. And there's no judgment. There's a lot of feelings of shame around anger, but we are trying to just observe without connecting any emotion to it. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to leave our minds and try to do a body scan. It's going to be sort of a quick body scan. I'm going to take you from head to toe, and all you're going to do is try to notice where you're holding anger. So what muscles are tense? Do you have a headache? Do you feel nauseated? What are the feelings of the body associated with anger? Where is the anger in the body? Because we don't just think angry thoughts. We don't just feel anger. It's in our body. It becomes, any emotion goes through the whole body. So we're going to go ahead and see where this anger is. So if you could take a deep breath with me, if your eyes aren't closed, if you could close them, this will help you go inward. Take a deep breath and slowly let it out. We're going to start at the crown of our head. So the top of our head, just seeing if there's a headache there or if there's any tingling. Moving down to the eyebrows. Are they furrowed? Are they tight? To the eyes. To the jaw. Is there anything going on in the jaw or the teeth or the mouth? Going to our neck. How does your neck feel? Does it feel tight? Does it feel heavy? Going on to your shoulders, the front and the back. Going on to the, what we would call the center of the heart, so not where your physical heart is, but the center of your sternum of your chest, right around there, or on the back of the heart in between the shoulder blades. Feel around that area, see if there's any kind of tightness. Is your heart racing? You know, what's going on there in your chest? What's going on with the arms and the hands? Are the fingers clenched? Are they fists? Are you holding them in kind of a tense position? And again, we're not judging. We're just observing what is going on in our bodies. Going to our stomach area. Do you have butterflies? Do you feel sick? A lot of times when anger courses through the body, our body's actual kind of natural digestive system it stops working. It just pauses itself because it thinks you're getting ready to fight or flight or freeze. So what's going on there? What's going on in the pelvis and the hips? A lot of women, when feeling fear or anger, actually clench their pelvis area. It's a common stress response. So see if that's tense. How do your hips feel? We carry a lot of tension in our hips. Do they feel heavy? Do they feel tight? How do your legs feel? Are they tense? Your feet? Are your toes clenched, like as if your hands were in fists? Are your toes in fists? You know, what's going on there? And if you want to return to a certain area, because maybe you just weren't able to lean into there, or there was more to explore there, I'm going to be quiet and let you have a moment to explore. So just take some breaths. If thoughts pop up, let them go. You know, you observe them, let them go, and then just try to focus on the body. What are you feeling in the body? Where is the anger hiding in the body? Now what I'm going to ask you to do is tense up all your muscles. So if you've been to yoga classes, sometimes this will happen at the end of a yoga class before you do corpse pose, but you're going to tense all your muscles. So let's start with our feet. We're going to clench our toes and like kind of make our feet into little balls. We're going to try to tighten the muscles of the legs, the thighs, the buttocks. We're going to suck in our tummies and contract the abs. Take your shoulders and roll them down and tighten them in the back. Extend your arms out, maybe either do extended fingers or clench your fists. We're going to really tighten it. Everything's tightening up. Scrunch your face up, put your shoulders up by your ears. Really scrunch up. Hold every muscle. Do that for me. Do that while taking a big breath. So take a deep breath while all your muscles are contracted, and you're going to let it out in a sigh. Okay, so you may even scare the people around you. So everything's contracted. You're going to take a deep breath. I know, mine was crazy loud, right? You may even open your eyes and maybe it made you smile. Maybe. We'll just see how angry you are. So do it again. Clench everything up. If you weren't all loud and weird like me the first time, do it again. Clench, 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 clench. Take a deep breath. We're going to do it one more time. If you're not comfortable with the sigh, you can do a shh sound. So, ready? One more time. Clench everything. Tighten it up. Release all the muscles. You can shake it out. You can stretch it out. You can open your eyes. You can take some deep breaths. And what I want you to think about, and if you have time to maybe journal, is what were the stories that came up? And where was the anger hiding in your body? So where did you feel the anger? And what story or stories were going through your mind? I hope that helps, and I hope you liked my silly sigh. Stick around after this if you want to know a little bit more about the why. I want you to notice that this meditation is for when you feel angry, not for when you are angry. So that's intentional and that's important. A lot of times when we feel big emotions, we say, I'm angry. And then we are embodying everything we think an angry person does. And it's just kind of a pattern we're living out. But it's better to say, I feel angry, because we're already taking a step back. We're taking a step back from that emotion and we're observing. Anger and other what we call negative emotions, they've been labeled that way and they cause a lot of shame. And so when you feel anger in your body or rising up, chances are you feel embarrassed, you feel ashamed. Chances are you might say or do something you will later regret. And then you might even be in some kind of a cycle after that of getting angry, doing the thing out of anger, regretting it, feeling ashamed, feeling bad for what you've done, causing more anger, doing the thing that causes you angry or anger, feeling ashamed, and it's just kind of a cycle, right? And anger has a lot of negative connotations in our society. It's a lot of, there's a lot of terminology like control your anger. When children have tantrums, people become really embarrassed and, parents become embarrassed and everyone's quiet staring because it's such a big, strong emotion. And like any emotion, it really helps to lean into it, which is what we did today in the meditation, is I took you into your mind first to just observe what's going on. Because a lot of times when we feel a negative emotion or what's been labeled a negative emotion, we try to get out of it as quick as possible. Like you feel the anger rising and you kind of panic, and it's like you feel embarrassed, and it's like, oh my gosh, why am I feeling angry? You feel shamed, and you try to just escape. And you do that, and it may cause you more anger, may cause you anxiety, but you may not really get to the root causes why you were feeling angry in the first place. And then that's just going to pop up later. So it's important first to observe, what are the thoughts, what stories are rising up, am I the victim in my thoughts? Poor me, this is happening again, they don't respect me, causing me anger. Am I a villain in my thoughts? God, I'm such a jerk, I can't believe I did that. What's the story? And it's just important to observe that, what is the story? Then the next thing is to find out where anger is going into the body, because what happens is every emotion you feel goes through the body. And sometimes when you don't let yourself really feel it and you just kind of try to get rid of it, like, oh, I feel angry, and you feel ashamed, and you just like get it out of here as quick as possible, it gets stuck in the body, causing things, like stomach aches and back aches and all kinds of things. So it's important to first observe the thoughts, and then to observe, where's it going in my body? And those two things are going to give you some clues as to your own kind of emotional cycle. Where are my thoughts going, and where am I feeling it in my body? And those two things will help you kind of maybe figure out a root cause, And also, I just want to say, there's no shame in feeling anger. You're not consciously trying to get angry. And so that's something too to maybe think about, why do you feel maybe ashamed for feeling anger? Is it because you're parenting? Is it because of society? Whatever. But it's okay to feel the feeling, and it's good to lean into the feeling and to explore the feeling. And that's what we did in this meditation. And my hope is that when you feel anger rising, you can excuse yourself from people and go off for 10 minutes by yourself and sit there and do what we just did. Go through your mind, search your thoughts, figure out the stories, go through a body scan, and then tense all the muscles and sigh it out, which I know is kind of silly and fun, but we did that to kind of reset the body. The body's feeling something really strong at this moment, so we're going to reset it through tightening all the muscles, letting them relax, and letting out a big sigh. That's us kind of letting our body know we don't need to be in this fight or flight right now. We can be calm. We can start to settle down. I hope this helps you. If you think it would help someone else, please share it with them. And I appreciate your time, and I appreciate you doing the work.